Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I have more My Little Pony Generation 5 news and things to share concerning and regarding My Little Pony A New Generation. This movie is literally right around the corner. The trailer is coming tomorrow. I'm going to be live streaming the trailer, or live streaming me watching it for the first time. It's going to be a lot of fun and exciting. I've never done that before, so I'd love to see you guys come to that. But today I want to talk about some things that we've gotten recently. A couple of things. First things first, before we get into any of the things that are mentioned in the title, we do have this here, and this is a very odd thing, but an influencer over on Instagram apparently received a kit from Hasbro with various merchandise and things like that, and there was a card game, and the card game included elements for each of the main five. Sunny is hope, Izzy is creativity, Hitch is kindness, Pip is confidence, and Zip is courage. Now, this could mean literally anything. This could mean, you know, just like the game itself needed elements, so they just went with something like this. It could be the new elements of harmony, so to speak. It could be anything, but take of that what you will. That is the elements, perhaps the elements of harmony that we're going to get this year, or for this generation, I mean. So it's interesting, and I'm excited to see what all of that means. But back to what we've gotten more recently is we got some images here, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll through these a little bit slowly for you guys, and then I'm going to go through the ones that I think matter the most and go through them one by one. So we got all kinds of things here with like Pip FaceTiming some other person or something like that, well, live streaming to them anyway. Then we got stuff like this and this and this and this, so on and so on. So let's start from the top and let's talk about this screenshot first. There's not much to really mention right off the bat other than the fact that what the fuck is going on with the cutie marks? This has been a topic ever since we first got our first little teaser of My Little Pony A New Generation, and that is, what the hell is going on with the cutie marks? It makes no sense. Here is a picture from what looks like it should be the very beginning of the film. I say it looks like it should be from the beginning of the film because, well, we've gotten other images like this, which also appear to be at the beginning of the film. Images like this one, which also seem to be at the very beginning of the film based on some other images that we got previously in the past where she was getting a smoothie cart and then running off. It all seems to be very beginning type stuff. It all looks like it's the beginning of a movie. So why the fuck does he have a cutie mark but she doesn't? Is this something that is like a more common thing in this new generation where you can live up to adulthood without gaining a cutie mark or something like that? Or what exactly is going on with the cutie marks? Do they only appear on one side? Wait a minute. They can't only appear on one side because we have old images such as this one here where Hitch very clearly has a mark on both sides of his flank. Now, it's very hard to see in this one, I admit that, but he very clearly has a mark on both sides, right? So what gives? What's up with that? I don't understand. Why does he have marks on both sides? Unless he was branded this way because he's a sheriff or something. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. But we also have this image here where Sunny has a cutie mark on both sides. As you can see, this is very clearly her left. And if we go back to this images, this is, again, her left. And you can't see a mark there. So what's going on? Did they edit those out in these images, or what's going on? Do you get half of it at birth and then you get the other half after birth or something like that? I feel like this is a potential theory on it, is that you're born with your cutie mark on one side. And as you get older, as you start to discover more about yourself, you start to learn what you're really about, so to speak. You learn about your true self, and when you do that, you unlock your other half of your cutie mark or something like that. That could be a potential of what this is. It could also be that, like, hey, magic is like basically 99% gone, so we only have half our cutie marks, and then later in the movie they get magic back, so the rest of it comes back. This has been a topic forever, and I'm tired of talking about it, so let's move on to some more images. We have this image here, and this, I think, is a very interesting image, and again, shows that Sunny has a mark on one side, but not the other, so it's weird. But let's talk about this building in the background, because we've seen this screenshot basically looking exactly like this for the longest time, but now we have a screenshot that shows this building in the background here. This building is massive, and it appears to have some kind of sheriff badge on the front, and if we compare this to an image like this, which looks like the inside of a sheriff's office or a police station or something like that. It very clearly seems to match up with this building, its design, so to speak. And again, it looks like a big sheriff's badge on it. So I would safely say that this is possibly your big sheriff's station, your big police station. Maybe it's a combination of many things. Perhaps it's also town hall or something like that. It's very interesting. And we actually have some other screenshots, such as this right here. Not this one, sorry. Such as... this one here. We've seen screenshots like this in the past, where there's these little signs and there's some kind of building and then an arrow pointing in a direction. This is very clearly trying to give you directions to this building here. It's very, very clearly the same building. You can see what appears to be a big badge on the front, a little bit of a shape, big square at the top. That's exactly the shape of this building. So that's what I can gather from that. Not anything else that we can really discuss on this and everything like that, other than the fact that, again, she has a cutie mark on one side, and this does seem like a very early shot in the movie. But moving on, we have this image here as well. This is Pip very clearly live streaming on some sort of social media in this universe. I can only imagine what they call it here. They probably call it something funny like Pony Book or something stupid like that. But this is a character that I don't think we've seen before, and it could just be a completely random character that means absolutely nothing, because it's probably, this shot here is probably just used to establish the fact that Pip live streams and stuff like that. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is an Earth pony who is watching this in Maritime Bay during this festival that is supposed to happen, this Cantrologic show, or whatever the hell it's called, the Cantrologic show. To me, it's very clear that it is a just this character doesn't matter at all, and it's just to show the fact that Pip live streams and is an influencer and sings and stuff like that. If you ask me, it looks like she's almost like in a hotel or something like that. I could be wrong about that, but the architecture does look a lot like the Pegasus Empire and the castle and stuff like that, so maybe she's just in her bedroom, who knows? But it does look almost like in a hotel room or something, so who knows? But that is all we have on that. Nothing really else to say other than, again, I really don't think this character matters at all. I think it's just something that we're going to see for like 5 seconds. She's going to say something on the phone, and then we're going to switch to Pip's perspective and what she's seeing and stuff like that. So moving on, we have this image here. Hitch is cowering behind 2 bunnies, and there's a sticker right here that appears to be, honestly, almost appears to be a unicorn or something like that. I could be wrong. It could just be the glare that kind of makes it look like a little bit like a horn, but it does almost look like a horn. And if you ask me, this is possibly something that Izzy owns. This could be one of Izzy's stickers. She might make stickers of herself or something weird like that, because this almost does look like Izzy, the wavy hair and stuff like that. Kind of resembles her a little bit. I could be completely wrong about that, but for some reason I connect this to Izzy, and I'm not sure why. This could also explain why he's cowering and the little bunnies here are not, because perhaps he sees this thing fall and then he sees Izzy and he's like, oh shit, this is a unicorn, I gotta be like super freaking careful, and he's like really sketchy and scared of this unicorn that's in front of him, and then he finds out that it's just some innocent unicorn called Izzy or something. Alternatively, this could also just be a scene where he discovers something totally different and is completely terrified of it instead. So there's no telling what this is, why this sticker is here. Who knows, but I guess we'll have to wait till the trailer drops, because I'm pretty sure a lot of these images are going to be from the trailer. If I'm going to big brain this, I'm going to say that every single image that we got today are from the trailer that we're going to see tomorrow. So take it that way you will. And let's move on to the next image, which is this one here, which is also pretty interesting, but doesn't really share much other than the fact that Izzy is showing off these crystals and this stuff. What I gather from this is that possibly Izzy is showing Sunny this crystal to show her that, like, hey, magic totally exists. Like, it's totally a thing. It's not gone. And she's using these crystals as an example of, like, hey, that's still a thing. Perhaps she's also just showing these crystals like, hey, see, these crystals are a thing that I used in that little craft that I made. Nothing really else to say about this other than this appears to be a little bit more in the mid part of the movie, perhaps, where she finally gets to go to Brittlewood Forest or Bridlewood Forest. I have no idea how to pronounce it, and honestly, none of us know until it is finally said canonically. So I'm going to keep calling it Brittlewood Forest until we know otherwise. But that appears to be what this is, an not an establishing shot, but some of the first moments of entering that forest. Moving on, we have this image again. This image doesn't really seem to share much information other than what I've explained previously in other posts and stuff like that. And that pretty much does it. We have this image here. This image is a little bit older, but for some reason, it completely went right past me, and I have no idea why or how. But it doesn't really seem to show much other than the fact that there is indeed some kind of Cantrologic show and people are getting ready for it and excited for it and stuff like that. And what appears to be Hitch, who is very upset. Perhaps he just went through and did something very embarrassing to save some of these animals and embarrassed himself and perhaps even caused a bigger issue or something like that, and he's upset about it and he's walking away, but the animals are happy about it and stuff like that. This most likely ties in with a video clip that we saw in the past where he's like, "No worries, guys, you're all safe," or something like that. So it most likely ties in with that. But that pretty much does it for all the news and information that I wanted to go over today. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I can't wait to see that trailer dropping tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think of these pictures here. Let me know if you guys are hyped for Generation 5. I am starting to get very hyped. The more we see screenshots, this trailer is getting me really excited. I cannot wait, and I do hope that you all enjoyed nonetheless. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that, because when you do those wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.